Hi, good afternoon, everyone. This is our presentation for the final project, The Birth of a New Culture. The integrants of our group are Gabriela Acuña, Geraldine Walrond, and Juan Pablo Bravo. So, first, we're going to start with a little bit of the timeline of how we developed our culture and how it was born.
Okay. December 31, 2019, China's health authorities report pneumonia cases in a market located in city of Wuhan, WHO. January 9, 2020, a virus is identified as SARS-CoV-2. January 3rd, 30, 2020, an international public health emergency is declared. March 11, 2020, a pandemic is declared worldwide following exorbitant amounts of misrepresented information, mainly by the translation of different languages. March 18, 2020, the WHO is declared as the sole regulator of news and data on public health and COVID, and English as the official language for the translation of information notes. April 1, 2020, several countries enter extended quarantine, mainly activities are in place virtually. April 15, the consumption of English audiovisual material and the immersion of its culture begins to take great relevance, and people began to have greater interest in the acquisition of this language. May 25, 2020, high signs of depression and anxiety due to involuntary isolation and loneliness began to develop strongly. People opened up to the globalist world and began to exchange cultures using English as great bridge of communication. July 17, 2020, it records as International Day of the largest number of the people connected simultaneously on social networks. August 19, international airports start operating as well as international trade in general. October 12, 2020, visas and tires and immigration permits began to be approved. December 20 of 2020, cultural diversity and international digital openness generate a multicultural mixture adopted by many countries and adopt to the to their own culture with English as means of communication. Lindo America culture was born.
So with regard to the code of ethics, we would like to highlight the values and principles of this new culture centered around the English language learning process. We focused on three main code of ethics, which are obeying the law, respect, and competence and accountability. First of all, with obeying the law, we think it's really important because everyone is obligated to support the English language learning process, okay? Either it's through public or private entities, and this will lead us to assist individuals and also to improve their language skills. With regard to respect, we also focus on this because we know that every person has a different type of learning process. So behaviors such as insulting, mocking, or bullying, especially, will be met with serious consequences, as you can see here, including imprisonment. Now, with competence and accountability, the educators are expected to teach their students in a polite, respectful, and interactive way. The focus on this is to create a positive and an engaging learning experience so the students can connect fully with the material being taught. I think this is important, all these codes, because this reflects the language education focus and the promotion of respect and inclusivity we want to bring on these ethical principles.
Okay, so finally, I'm going to talk a little bit about the cultural dimensions. This is based on the Hofstede dimensions. So, as we uh, previously saw, this culture is based like in a mixture between the American and the Chinese culture. So the three basic or the three Hofstede dimensions that we could identify here, or that the dimensions that could cause some cultural clashes between these two cultures are the power distance, the individualism, and the uncertainty control. The first one, with the power distance, we can see a high difference, or that this could make a pretty high cultural clash between these two cultures, because in American culture, the power is not very centralized, where it's like, I have my boss and it's okay, but I don't have to show him an extremely respect that do exactly what he wants when he wants, and all those stuff. But on the other hand, China has an extremely developed and marked like hierarchy. So they always pay a lot of respect to their superiors, and they cannot like fall to them in any aspect, because that's considered a high fault of respect. The second one is the individualism. This is basically because we can see that in the American culture, there is not a lot of like team working, if I can say it in that way. Everything is like more individual. People goes by their own way, and they try to develop themselves like by themselves. This is completely opposite to the Chinese like vision, where they have pretty much collective society, and they have always been like educated with with a collective values, and like to always work as a unity, and not like as individuals by themselves. And the third point is the uncertainty control. This is also related with the way of think and the way that Chinese people used to do a lot of things. That is like, they are pretty rigid, and they're like, we have to do this, we have to plan this, and we have to make it exactly the way that is written here, or that strictly in the way that we are saying. And this is way much different than the Occidental culture and the American culture, that even if they also have a lot of planning stages, and they always try to control things, they don't have the same fear to the uncertainty that maybe Chinese cultures could have. This also could make a little bit of um, clashes between the two peoples, and this could also make a lot of fights, and maybe divide the two cultures, between the ones who prefer to also plan everything, and the one who prefers to lead things to maybe a little bit of improvisation. And I guess that's all of our presentation. Thank you very much. We really hope that you have enjoyed it.